The Georgia offensive lineman Micah Morris is their guy. This guy is really amazing. 6'5" and a quarter, 334 pounds. Broad jump 9'4", 45.09, 50-plus games in college. 5 starts at right guard, 13 starts at left guard. He's played all over the line. Somebody described him as a heavy-handed bouncer, but what he is just a gigantic, dominant player. Why is he such a good fit for the Niners? Because the Niners really love speed in their offensive linemen. And the stat that they really value the most is that 10-yard split.
Monroe Freeling.
But Micah Morris had the best 10-yard split. He had a 1.73 10-yard split. I think that was the best among all the guards. This guy was not supposed to be a very high pick. He was supposed to probably be a late day 3 pick. But now I think that this is a guy the 49ers are going to take a real good look at, because they love those 2 guys that they talked about drafting that they instead took Upton Stout because the Raiders went with Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers. Those guys had really, really awesome 10-yard splits. And if you look at the Niners offensive linemen that they have drafted, they love the guys who have not just the great 40. The great 40 is awesome, but it's that great initial 10 yards. And 1.73 for Micah Morris, and he's a house. So to me, that's the guy right there. I would
give you another offensive lineman if you're talking
guard, he's a mid-round guy.
Well, so I'm going to give you a mid-round guy. I'm going to give you a late day 2 guy. To me, Jake Slaughter out of Florida. You need a center. I want an upgraded center. This guy is the best center coming out of the SEC. I think he is not a day 1 or 2 guy necessarily. Could be a 3rd rounder. Could be I guess 3rd round is day 2, right? It's 2, right? Yeah. So day 3 could be a 3rd round guy, or 2nd round, or 4th round guy. I just think that Slaughter is another. If you really want to go interior, go as interior as your interior offensive line gets and correct what is an indefensible weakness at center. And I'm not saying Brendel's bad, but if we had to line up all the 49ers offensive linemen and rate them from strongest to weakest, I think a lot of people got Brendel coming in 4th or 5th in the conversation. For whatever reason, the Niners, they stump for their player every single chance they get. A guy like Jake Slaughter, to me, would make an awful lot of sense. But let me just...
He's the highest rated center. He's probably going to go in the 3rd round. I like him a lot. Now, there's some really good centers here. Brian Parker from Duke, the right tackle. I think he's probably going to go day 3, maybe late 3rd round, early 4th round. I love him. Logan Jones of Iowa and Parker Brailsford of Alabama tested out as awesome movers. Jones and Iowa run the exact same system the Niners run. Your guy, Coogan from Indiana, is probably going to be a late day 3 center of note. And
he's a round 5, round 6 guy.
I actually think he might be an undrafted player when it comes down to it, because he's not a very good athlete. But he's tough and he's smart, and we'll see. I mean, I love him, but I have a feeling when they really go through it fine-tooth comb, they're gonna mark him down. But this was an amazing draft for these interior guys. To me, the 5 guys that I would absolutely consider drafting at 27, if I'm the Niners, are these guards. Ola Ione from Penn State. Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon is just a dominating, awesome athlete. He was a great player, too. Chase Besantis from A&M had a phenomenal combine, 6'5", 320, athletic. I think Jennings Dunker, Damon, might be more of a guard than a tackle. And to me, the best guard.
Did you see the Jennings Dunker combine video where he just has that glorious red mullet bouncing in the? Oh man,
he's awesome.
That guy looks like an offensive lineman.
I love Jennings Dunker. But Keelan Rutledge was my favorite offensive lineman for the Niners. I mean, to me, he is the plug and play. He's a brawler. He's got the wrestling background. He's athletic. His testing numbers were off the charts. He plays to the echo of the whistle. This guy's nasty. to me, if they, if Burford is going to walk and they need a starter at left guard, it's not the sexiest pick, but I could see Keelan Rutledge. The way I look at this draft, if I were the Niners, if I could find somebody who would take my first round pick at 27 and get me into the second round, and if I could use Mac Jones to see if I could get a couple of second round picks from one of these teams that has 2, I would try to load up with as many picks in that second round as possible. Just because I think it's the money round. I was looking at the names in that round. I think, there's like, if you could go, instead of looking for that home run pick, the second round pick is a little bit more of a workman-like pick. But to me, that's the round. If you could get 3 or 4 picks in that second round, you could really make hay. So I like the idea of trading Mac for a player, but if you could somehow get some team to give you a couple of 2s, wow. I mean, in this draft, I think you could really fill you want to catch Seattle, trade Mac for a couple of 2s and then hit on guys that can become starters and if not stars. And I think you're well on your way to becoming, a contender. Again.
I think that there is an awful lot of value all over this draft. So trading back is not something that I'm going to even argue with. It might be the right thing to do. But I just want to return to Monroe Freeling or Caden Proctor. Or look, here's the thing. If you want the nicest car.
Those guys are going to be gone, by the way. I don't know about Proctor, but Freeling for sure is not going to be there at 27. Did you see his workout? His workout was tremendous. I mean, his numbers at that size are going to prevent him from being where the Niners.
You would think. So
I would say almost for sure.
So then you highly back me that if he's there at 27, he's the easiest draft pick to make, right?
Well, no, because the Niners don't want to take offensive linemen that high. They want to take offensive linemen in the second round or third round.
I'm just saying, Larry, it's not working for them. Okay,
they're not, Damon. They're not going to. If they have a bad year, they could be fired. I mean, Shanahan not, but probably Lynch. Do you really think he's going to draft a player who, if things go well, is not going to play? Monroe Freeling.
What do you mean he's not going to play?
He's a 6'7", 315-pound tackle. He's a tackle.
Who moves like a guard. And there's
first of all, guards move slower than tackles.
There's no shame at all. There's no shame.
You want a guard that move. You want a guard that moves like a tackle, not a tackle that moves like a guard. This guy is 6'7", 315 pounds.
Look, man,
35-inch arms.
You got to come and pull and do kick out blocks. You got to be fast no matter where you are. There's no room for any slowpoke on the offensive line anywhere anymore, especially in Shanahan's offense. But I would just say that you take the best player you can and you put him on the field. Don't tell me there's no room for Monroe Freeling playing guard, and there's certainly no shame not playing ahead of Trent Williams, who's going to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. If you want more points, get your offensive line right. If you want an offense where everyone eats, get your offensive line right. If you want to protect your quarterback, get your offensive line right. If you want your running game to pop and get those now mandatory to have them explosive plays, get your offensive line right. And if you want a better rested, better defensive effort,